What's up guys, and welcome to another YouTube video. I'm joined once again by the Pink Alpaca, which you can just take as given from here on out. Today we're going to be watching some, not horror, but rather some creepy videos that we're finding so... I don't know what that was either. So up first we have 7 creepiest moments caught on camera. Now you can find this on the Fact Faction YouTube. So this could genuinely be unsettling, because
I think these are more likely to unsettle us than
if it's like
produced things.
If it's like doorbell cameras and things, that the real world stuff is obviously far creepier than anything someone can produce, because I can just sit back and go, well, it's not real. So we'll have to see what we're expecting here.
I'm scared.
That's not a good start.
I'm scared because I just feel nervous.
You're just anticipating it already. Right, let's get this underway. I'm excited for this one. Real excited. Keep an eye on the YouTube for all our future content.
The word creepy can be used to describe many things that make our skin crawl. From having an unexplained paranormal experience to brushing shoulders with a dangerous criminal, there are...
Okay.
Oh, whoa.
I'm going to take a moment here to address the Ouija board and why we both had that reaction. Ouija boards were made by Hasbro originally. This superstition about them contacting spirits came way after. That is not what they were made for. They were made as a game, which is why we both had the sort of throwaway reaction whenever someone talks about a Ouija board, you know, and it's like, we've been there, we've done that, we've used a Ouija board. Until one of you is going, ooh, I'm not doing it, I'm not moving, then just nothing happens.
Countless creepy moments that could shock and scare even the bravest people. And sometimes these disturbing moments are captured on video for all to see. Today, we'll be looking at 7 of the creepiest moments ever caught on camera.
In his car, though. You're a bit dumb for. Okay.
Oh, I might know what this is.
In June 2016, a simple trip to the playground became an unforgettable day for one family. When Scotty Denton took his 3 children to play at a park in Warwick, Rhode Island, he never imagined seeing something that would keep them all in the car, afraid to approach the empty playground. Eager to document what was happening, Scotty began filming himself and explained the situation.
Right, we're at the playground, and the kids don't want to go anymore because look at this. This is real. Look at this. There's no wind out here right now.
No one on it either.
Look, there's nobody on it.
It's just moving.
There's no wind. Look at the other swings. And look at this.
When Scotty turns the camera toward the playground swing set, it's clear why the kids are hesitant. Despite the relatively calm air that day, one of the swings moves erratically back and forth, seemingly being influenced by some unseen force. Scotty reports that the wind isn't strong enough to move the swing so violently, and the other swings on the set, which are barely moving in the breeze, appear to back him up. Scotty's kids are too scared to get out of the car. They're convinced something paranormal is responsible for the swing's strange movement. Could something be out there on the playground?
If there's an explanation of it that you guys know when you're watching the video, leave it in the comments below. And, you know, if it's viable, we check it out and it seems to be fact checked, then we'll pin it as a comment so that everyone can check it out.
I mean, what I would say about the theory of someone pushing it, it is keeping its momentum.
While YouTube skeptics were quick to dismiss the video and blame a strong wind or simply a staged event, others weren't so sure. A Facebook comment from a Warwick local claims to have seen the swing going crazy before and that the park is haunted. Ghost or not, when children are reluctant to have a playground all to themselves, something strange is definitely going on.
Maybe that's our day, maybe when we get the camping series up and when we go by playground. See if anything starts moving. The people might think we're a bit dodgy. Camping by a playground.
Have you ever suspected a stranger in the street meant you harm? On May 5th, 2017, a 33-year-old woman in London crossed paths with sudden, unbelievable violence as she crossed the Putney Bridge in London. Her terrifying encounter was captured on CCTV.
Okay. Someone's going to shove her.
As she crosses the bridge, busy with both pedestrians and vehicles, the woman passes a jogger who appears to shove her into traffic and directly into the path of an oncoming bus. Miraculously, the bus driver is able to swerve out of the way to avoid hitting and possibly killing the woman. The bus stopped and passengers poured out to help the woman, who had escaped the ordeal with only minor injuries. The jogger had gotten away, but in a shocking twist, he ran back across the bridge in the other direction about 15 minutes after his vicious shove. The woman attempted to speak to him, but he reportedly ignored her and ran away from the scene yet again. The jogger was a white male, estimated to be in his 30s, with brown eyes and short brown hair. There was no apparent explanation as to why he had suddenly pushed a woman into such incredible danger. After an exhaustive investigation, with photos circulating of the unidentified man, the London Metropolitan Police closed the case. They had investigated more than 50 suspects and even arrested 3 men, but had not found the mystery jogger. No one was ever charged with this sudden and extreme act of violence, made all the more frightening by its complete lack of explanation.
I suppose, yeah, in that aspect, just shove you into the... They just choose that that's your day. It's crazy.
Sometimes the line between fun and fear is paper thin. The 2 young girls in this viral video learned that lesson the hard way. On October 30th, 2012, YouTube user Angel Ruiz uploaded this video featuring 2 young girls sitting together at a small table.
Oh, I've seen this.
As they both eat dinner, everything appears normal until one of the girls sees something that frightens her in the next room, a darkened kitchen.
Yeah.
Why are you filming the kids eat? And why are you...
What?
Why is it so dark and everyone else is so lit?
I just turned off the lights, that's all. What was that?
I mean, kids do weird things.
So a kid's scared of the dark, and the other one's trying to scare him.
What are you doing? Oh, what, Nanny? Look at me. What are you scared of? The fish? Oh, the fish died. Angel's sleeping already. It's raining, girls. Nothing, Nanny, are you almost done eating?
So it's a young girl that's scared of the dark, and she's turned the light off.
The girl can't quite explain what's causing her distress, but she's obviously very scared. As the girl gets more and more upset, even beginning to cry, the other girl reacts the opposite way, laughing at the scene, until...
Look at me. Turn around, turn around, turn around. But you gotta listen to me. Turn around, look at me. What's the matter?
Yeah, I just got chills all up in here. Okay, I'm gonna say straight up.
Right, I would be
That's weirder.
checking that out.
Whatever was frightening the first little girl, the second girl now sees it. She screams and runs away from the kitchen as well. Though an adult tries to comfort the 2 girls, they are certain they've come face to face with something terrifying. This mysterious video gained attention for the intensity of the girls' reactions, as well as the fact that what scared the girls is never shown. Was it just a trick of light or wind, or could an apparition have appeared to them? Perhaps it's true what they say, that children can see things adults can't.
I've only turned the light off.
Turn around, look at me. What's the matter?
But this, he gave me chills again, like straight up. I'll skip this ad.
I find it...
Need a freelancer? Go to Fiverr.com and find one in seconds. Or don't go to Fiverr. Waste your time searching.
when it was like uploaded, and that she was just randomly filming.
Home surveillance is meant to make us feel safe, but sometimes security cameras capture truly frightening footage that puts us even more on edge. Kathleen Frascarelli of Bristol, Connecticut used a Ring doorbell security system for peace of mind. But in May 2019, the cameras showed her something outside her front door that terrified her. At 8:45 p.m., an individual emerges from the darkness and tries to open Kathleen's front door. They carry a bag of some kind strapped across their shoulders and have a heavy-looking object in the pocket of their hoodie. But in a skin-crawling twist, the person is wearing a plastic mask with a permanent smile plastered on their face. They even look directly into the camera, seemingly unafraid of being recorded. After knocking and standing at the door for 15 seconds, the person walks away from Kathleen's house, but not before wiping their fingerprints off of the doorknob.
I'm getting some serious Purge vibes. That's criminal intent.
It's unclear whether the masked stranger expected Kathleen to be at home, but she was, and she bravely went downstairs to her door. By the time she got there, the stranger was in a car parked across the street from her home. She yelled from an open window, "Can I help you?" Then repeated her question a second time, but the stranger sped off before she could do anything else.
That's criminal
Kathleen
intent.
was sure the visitor came to her home with bad intentions, since they had taken the extra step to remove identifying fingerprints from the door. The incident inspired other neighbors to lock their doors and get security cameras of their own. Bristol police looked into the frightening incident, but the masked stranger was never found, and residents of Kathleen's neighborhood surely had trouble sleeping following this unsettling visit.
Well, if he has to wear glasses, you can't wear them with that, can you?
No, but surely put contacts or something.
Some people can't wear contacts.
In another creepy moment caught on home surveillance camera in 2019, one Stockton, California family was targeted by a disturbed neighbor and caught his terrifying behavior on video. 38-year-old Gong Pham is captured on a Ring security video under cover of night doing the unthinkable, dousing his neighbor's home in gasoline, then attempting to light what would have been a devastating blaze.
Dude! Calm down, mate.
Gosh.
Fortunately, Pham had used diesel gas, which is less flammable than petrol. When his attempt to set the fire doesn't work, Pham appears to give up and walk away from the gasoline-soaked front door and porch. Had he used petrol, he could easily have killed himself and those asleep inside the home, which included a 3-year-old and 10-year-old child. Pham was arrested after being identified on the security footage and charged with attempted homicide and arson. The creepiest part of Pham's inexplicable behavior was the reasoning he gave for it. He told police he had seen a ghost in his neighbor's home and was trying to kill it in his attempt to burn the house down. Additionally, he had been recorded on the same security camera prior to this incident, pacing around the front of the home and repeatedly ringing the doorbell. The incredibly lucky family survived a horrifying attempt on their lives, but this footage serves as a shocking reminder of what a dangerously disturbed neighbor had in mind for them.
I ain't about that life.
Predators can lurk anywhere, even in a crowd of witnesses. One young woman came face to face with one such predator on a Bronx subway car in December 2019. A fellow passenger's cell phone captured the moment that took everyone by surprise that night.
I'm not gonna lie.
Just before 3 a.m., a man dressed in red winter gear tries to get the attention of a young woman sleeping across from him on the train.
I hate. This makes me sad.
There's people on the train. I don't know, but it's in bright red, you know, exactly inconspicuous. Oh, it's touching my feet. He's trying to tell us something, isn't it?
asking what stop or whatever.
What stop's coming up next?
Yeah, or like wake up, don't miss your stop.
After speaking to her a few times, he waits until the train doors open and suddenly grabs her, carrying her off the train in an attempted abduction.
Okay. I'm gonna have to see this.
Get up! You trying to grab me? You think he's grabbing me at the train? Yo, he's at the screen right here, look!
Is he not wearing shoes?
At the screen!
Sorry, no, that's not important.
Look, it's right here!
It's fine. He's just sat there. He just sat there.
Right here, wake up!
No, look at what he's wearing. Look at the leggings.
Hold up, first of all, we in the car.
Because that bloke opposite is the
The
one that
woman
spoke
is
and said
shocked,
leave her alone.
as are her fellow passengers, and she quickly frees herself from the man and gets back on the train.
But he just
A
sit-
young man traveling with her
just sits
barely
there.
has time to react to the sudden grab, and the would-be abductor manages to walk away from the scene as the train pulls away from the station.
I don't travel by-
Fortunately, the man later identified as 48-year-old Sonny Alloway did not evade justice for long. Just hours after the video was taken and posted on social media, he was found in the street by a group of vigilantes.
Justice.
Yes, you is. No, I'm not. Yes, you is. I tried to help him, bro. Stop lying.
How would they- He's clearly...
You know what time it is. All right, so
You know
let
what I
me go. Out here. That's not call me. Call the cops, Bobby. Call the cops.
After this incident, Alloway was arrested and charged with unlawful imprisonment, though Bronx district attorneys deferred prosecution to build a case. Alloway has claimed the video was a misunderstanding and that he was only trying to rescue the woman from an apparent abusive situation. Whether or not there's any truth to this explanation,
No.
the footage is truly disturbing.
She goes back on the train!
Also, would you be like...
Why would you pick her up like that?
There'd be a better way to do it.
And she tries to grab the handrail in there. On that little bit there, she tries to grab the handrail to stay on the train.
You trying to grab me?
And she's clearly distressed. She's
Tombola
like,
Arcade is arcade
she's like,
games
oh my God, he
done
tried to
our
grab
own
me.
unique way. So there are great games you won't...
but yeah, that was creepy. That
It takes a truly wicked
that's a
person
moment.
to harm some of the most vulnerable people in our
like there was
society.
some mental
In February 2017,
I don't know, he
police
was
in
drinking
Las
something,
Vegas set
could
an
be drunk.
unusual trap to catch a deranged criminal. 46-year-old Daniel Aldape and 60-year-old David Dunn, two homeless men from Las Vegas, were found murdered in their sleep. The causes of death were determined to be blunt force trauma to the head, and the murder weapon in both cases was a hammer. Law enforcement tried to draw the perpetrator to strike a third time by placing a decoy dummy in the area. Their idea worked, and what they captured on video
way.
was truly shocking.
This may be distressing to some viewers. You may want to skip ahead a little bit. Because we're literally going to see how he did to the other people. And he's realised it's fake. He's realised...
The footage shows 30-year-old Shane A. Schindler attacking the dummy, which he believes to be a sleeping homeless person. He violently strikes it in the head with a hammer and tries to walk away casually after realizing he's hit a mannequin, not a human being. Since the two other victims had been attacked the same way, police knew they had their man. Schindler was promptly arrested before he had a chance to leave the area.
Shouldn't that's a cop car coming up then?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, and he's being told, yeah, you can see cop arm there with gun.
What the hell?
Just a...
Schindler pleaded guilty to attempted murder in court, but because there was no physical evidence linking him to the two bludgeoning
Only the
deaths or another nighttime attack that injured a third man, he was technically charged with the attack of the mannequin. He admitted that he believed the dummy was a real person when he struck the head with the hammer. Police did not know his motivation for the killings, nor did they have much background information on Schindler. Despite the unusual circumstances of the plea, a judge sentenced Schindler to 8 to 20 years in prison for his unthinkable violence. Which one of these stories did you find the creepiest? Have you...
Ooh. I feel like it started quite tame. With
Eternally,
the playground.
Disturbed.
By humanity.
By what humans are capable
in the blink of an eye
of doing to other people. Or what to anybody, really, not anything, but like what actually was going on there?
Like you look and you go, okay, so the guy on the train, I spotted the can in his hand, which I don't know what the can was, but it's not unreasonable to assume it was alcohol. Judging by the time it said that it took place, just before 3 AM. You're not usually drinking a Sprite at that time. But the hammer, he just walked up. He's got a bag to conceal the hammer, and he's going out with the intention of finding a sleeping homeless man. He's going out at night.
An innocent person who's already had
sleeping rough, literally on the streets.
The rubbishest life.
Yeah, who has crashed
so
to
down
this point.
On the, yeah. So already down, so already at the lowest point.
And the force he struck with that first hit was supposed to be an incapacitating blow. Like, he knew that he needed to land that hit hard enough to incapacitate so that they couldn't fight back.
I just find the whole thing disturbing. I find everything about it disturbing. I don't understand why somebody would behave in that way. In any of the ways. The whole situation was strange. The whole video.
And straight to be like, well, the police
shoving people in front of
straight in front of a bus. You're just jogging past, and then you get apprehended by the woman you just tried to kill, and you're just jogging past.
I would have rugby tackled that guy. There would have been no oh, can I just have a word after you've tried to throw me in front of a bus? I would have just gone, that's him. Rugby tackle him.
Yeah, get him. And I kept a couple of the groupies from the bus.
Yeah. Because she is so lucky that bus driver
could swerve. There was traffic in both lanes. He's lucky there was space for him to swerve, because if there hadn't been, there'd have been game over. But guys, thank you for watching this video. There will be more things like this. We've got a whole host of things that we want to try and do. So keep an eye out on the YouTube, which is the same place where you will find the spooky camping videos when they get underway, as soon as we actually get
out of lockdown.
Yeah, that's the main issue, but
pandemic.
Hopefully it should be soon, but till then we're going to have plenty of these type of videos. We'll do some more light-hearted videos, like some try not to laugh and all that good stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn those notifications on if you want to know exactly when we post our next video. See you next time.